These are 5 of the best men's haircuts and hairstyles to try this year. Hi guys, how are you? I'm Robin. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to this new video. Now, if you're anything like me, then a new year heralds the start of, looking at your wardrobe, looking at your style, looking at your grooming routine, and looking at your haircut and style. So in this video, I've picked out 5 of the best celebrity hairstyles around and really seeing how you can achieve them yourself and how to style them. Now, if you're new to my channel, you've not yet pressed subscribe, then hit that button right now. It is just below this video. Now up first, it's the shortest, it's Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy has changed his hair up a lot. We've seen him with slightly longer styles like in Venom, but now he's gone for this super short style, which actually I think suits him perfectly. Now really looking at this, to achieve this style, I would say ask for a skin fade. You want it right back to the skin with a little length left on top. When I say a little, you really don't want much at all. Now to style it, I would say go for something like a wax to really sort of piece that texture in, or go for something like a gel for a super hard wet look finish. Now Brad Pitt is a guy who has had loads of different hairstyles, haircuts and hair colors, but this one I think just suits him perfectly. It's age appropriate, but it still feels contemporary. Now looking at this image, it actually looks like his hair is connected, so you're not going to get that harsh sort of contrast or weight line in the hair. It still has a gradual fade, so slightly tighter and shorter around the ears and onto the neck, and then comes up to slightly more weight just onto that recession line. And then onto the top, it's cut slightly shorter in the back and longer in the front, really how I've got mine cut. In terms of styling, I would say, looking at this again, it does have a lot of texture in it. So use something like a sea salt spray into damp hair, either let dry naturally or work with a hairdryer to build in that volume, and then style with a clay to really piece at it and really define in that style. Now next up is someone who's actually got quite a similar style to Brad Pitt, and that is David Beckham. Again, it is very similar to Brad Pitt's haircut, but it is just slightly tighter and shorter on the back and sides, which then means that the length on top is seen as longer and it's got more of a contrast. With Brad Pitt, we saw that texture which you can get from a sea salt spray. With this one, I would say go for something slightly smoother. I would use something like a classic sort of primer tonic or a grooming cream, something to really smooth the hair and get it ready for styling. And then to style it into this sort of faux hawk style, which means all the volume, all the length is pulled into the center, so it's a very symmetrical hairstyle. So a cream wax or a clay would work perfectly. Now, if you want to see any of these haircuts and styles and some of the products that I would say to use, then you can head to manforhimself.com. It will be linked up there. You can check out all those products and you can also shop them there. Now, next up, we're going a lot longer and a style which will be polarizing. Now, this is Jimin from BTS. Now, I'm very new to the whole K-pop thing, but when I was researching these different styles, this guy kept on coming up. He actually used to have darker hair, slightly shorter. Now he's gone for the longer blonde look, which I think will work perfectly for slightly younger guys. If you're maybe my age or older, you are gonna look like you're trying too hard, so keep that in mind. Now, for the styling of this has been cut more like a sort of 90s bowl cut, but it does have an undercut to really take out some of that weight. I would say to use something like a volumizing powder straight into the roots to give it a slight movement and styling, but not looking overdone. I would say avoid anything which is too waxy or too heavy because it will make the hair look greasy. But really for this, if you're wanting to go blonde, it's all in the upkeep. So ensure that you've got the money to keep on getting your roots done, and also ensure that you're using a blonde shampoo to really take away any of those sort of brassy notes in it. Now, last is the longest of the hairstyles, and that's Jason Momoa. Now, if you saw Aquaman, then you saw Jason Momoa really splashing around with his luscious locks, and he really does suit this style. Now, it's not always been like this for him. A little picture popping up here, this is him back in Baywatch, so it was shorter. So for any guys who are wanting long hair, there is hope for us all. Now, in terms of the styling, I would say get it cut to shoulder length. It's all one length round. And then you're really wanting to style with something like a sea salt spray into damp hair, scrunch it, let it dry naturally, Or use a mousse, again into damp hair, and work with a hairdryer and a diffuser to get those curls and the movement. Now the type of colour that he's got is called an ombre, which means that it's darker at the roots and it's lighter all the way to the ends. Now this actually is easier to keep because it means when your hair is growing out, you're going to get those dirty roots, but you're always going to have it slightly lighter in the length. And really this is something which you can look to more into the summer if you want to have something which is a little bit more seasonal. So there you go guys, those are 5 very different hairstyles for you to try into 2019. I should say I've also got 5 more on manforhimself.com, so there are 10 in total for you to take a look at. Those do have how to achieve the cut and how to achieve the style right there. But thank you again, hope you've enjoyed this. If you have and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, then please do press subscribe right now. The button is just there. There's also more video suggestions down there, a link to that blog article there, my Instagram and my podcast are up there. But until my next new video, bye bye.